Imagine a young king leading an army vastly outnumbered, facing impossible odds on foreign soil. In one single battle, he changes the course of history, carving out an empire that would influence the world for centuries to come. This isn't a legend. It's the true story of Alexander the Great and his greatest victory. Welcome to the incredible tale of the Battle of Gaugamela, the clash that cemented Alexander's place as one of history's most brilliant military minds. This wasn't just a battle for land, it was a battle for legacy, strategy, and the future of Western civilization. If you love stories of cunning tactics, epic clashes, and leaders who defied all expectations, hit that like button and subscribe. We're about to dive deep into the battlefield strategies and historical impact of Alexander's most crucial victory. Tell us in the comments, if you could lead any historic battle, which one would it be and why? We'd love to hear your thoughts on the great commanders of the past. To understand the significance of the Battle of Gaugamela, we need to set the stage. It was 331 BCE, and Alexander the Great had already conquered vast territories, pushing deep into the heart of the Persian Empire. The young Macedonian king wasn't just seeking land, he was seeking to fulfill his vision of a united world under his rule. His opponent, King Darius III of Persia, knew that if he didn't stop Alexander now, his entire empire would crumble. So, he gathered one of the largest armies ever seen, estimated to be over 100,000 strong. They met on the plains near Gaugamela, a location Darius chose specifically to use his advantage in numbers and cavalry. Alexander's forces were massively outnumbered, with around 47,000 troops against Darius's 100,000. But what Alexander lacked in numbers, he more than made up for in strategy. He knew that fighting a head-on battle would mean certain defeat, so he devised a plan that would become a masterstroke in military history. He positioned his troops in a formation designed to stretch and lure the Persian forces. Alexander's right flank was the key to his strategy, a decoy to draw the Persian cavalry out of position, creating a gap that he could exploit. What do you think? Would you have the nerve to face an enemy that's twice your size? Share your thoughts in the comments below. At dawn, the battle commenced. Darius, confident in his numbers, ordered a full frontal attack. Alexander, riding at the head of his cavalry, led the charge on the right flank, deliberately drawing the Persian forces away from their center. As Darius focused on crushing Alexander's right flank, the Macedonian king executed a brilliant maneuver known as the oblique formation. This movement wasn't just a defensive tactic, it was an invitation for the Persians to overextend their lines, leaving their center vulnerable. This is where Alexander's genius shined through. His plan wasn't just to defend, it was to lure his enemy into a trap. Would you be able to maintain such precise control in the heat of battle? In a split-second decision, Alexander saw the opportunity he had been waiting for. He led his elite cavalry, the companion cavalry, directly into the gap in the Persian lines. It was a move so bold and unexpected that it left Darius's forces in disarray. Alexander's charge was aimed right at the heart of the Persian army, directly at Darius himself. The psychological impact was devastating. Seeing the Macedonian king charging towards him, Darius lost his nerve and fled the battlefield, followed by much of his army. This was the turning point of the battle. With their king in retreat, the once mighty Persian army crumbled. Imagine witnessing your leader abandon you in the most crucial moment. How would you react? The Battle of Gaugamela wasn't just a victory, it was a complete and utter dismantling of the Persian Empire. With this win, Alexander became the undisputed master of Persia, and his empire now stretched from Greece to the far reaches of Asia. But the consequences of Gaugamela didn't stop there. Alexander's tactics would be studied by military strategists for centuries, influencing the likes of Julius Caesar, Napoleon, and countless others. His vision of blending cultures and spreading Hellenistic influence shaped the course of history in ways that are still felt today. Think about it. How does a single battle change the course of civilization? Would the Western world be what it is today without Alexander's influence? Alexander's victory at Gaugamela was not just about conquering land, it was about establishing a legacy that would last millennia. His strategies revolutionized warfare, showing that intelligence and precision could defeat sheer numbers and brute force. But perhaps even more significant was his cultural impact. Alexander's idea of blending Greek culture with those of the conquered lands led to the spread of ideas, art, language, and knowledge that would define the Hellenistic era. Cities like Alexandria and Egypt became centers of learning and culture, echoing his vision of a unified world. And yet, Alexander's dream of a united empire crumbled soon after his death. His generals divided the land and his vast empire fractured into smaller kingdoms. It raises the question, was Alexander's vision too ambitious for his time, or was he simply a man ahead of his era? And that, my friends, is the story of the Battle of Gaugamela. Alexander's greatest victory that not only shattered the mighty Persian Empire, but also shaped the world as we know it. This wasn't just a battle. It was a moment that defined history itself. Which part of Alexander's story fascinates you the most? Do you think he would have achieved even greater things if he had lived longer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're as captivated by epic battles and historic strategies as we are, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. There's so much more to explore about the legends of the past and how their choices continue to influence our lives today. Thanks for joining us on this journey into history. And remember, the past is full of stories that continue to shape our world. Until next time, keep discovering the moments that made history.